One time for your mind, welcome back to the Redwine VC. For today, we're going to start off with a different segment called Ask the Men. Ask the Men is going to be a platform where, us men are going to analyze, assess, analyze again, and diagnose, diagnose different topics from the perception or perspective of a man. So we're going to have our own views from the manosphere and discuss from our own minds. So feel free to actually send us
your own messages, your questions, and your contributions so that we can learn from each other.
All right, so for today's topic, this was sent from someone on Instagram to the Redwine platform, and she was asking, are men intimidated by successful women? Are men intimidated by successful women? Are we intimidated by successful women?
I think that's a good question. That's a good question. And to answer that question, I think I would say yes, there are some men that are intimidated by the success of women or by a woman, but it should not be that way. Yeah, I really feel it should not be that way. But these things are things that are really, really happening in our time and in our age, and I feel it's really because times have changed, and things are no longer the same. Things are no longer the way they used to be. Like when we look at in the olden times, a man was looked at as a hunter. Like a woman just has to be home and just wait for the man to come, and then when he comes back, and then for her, she was just a caretaker of the house. Okay. But the place of the man where he exercised dominion, apart from the house, was outside. So he had to go out there, but now times have changed. You find that a father and a mother both go out to get some money and then bring it home. Exactly. But now when stuff begins to happen where the lady seems to make more money than the man, there's now intimidation that comes in there. It should not be that way, but these are things that are happening. And I hope by having this dialogue, we'll be able to diagnose how we should not be intimidated by the success of our women.
Definitely. I honestly feel like that's where the problem comes in because, as a man, you also duty is to provide and protect, right? Provision goes in so many ways, emotionally, financially, physically, of course, and protect, security and everything. So if most men are in that mindset, I feel like every man is in that mindset. So most men, like you said, most men are intimidated. Not all men, though, because from my view, I don't think men are intimidated. I just feel like it's the attitude that comes with being a successful woman, that actually scares us.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm supposed to be the man, right? But if you are making a lot more than I am, which I am happy you should be because you have your own life and be at least achieve the greatest heights of whatever career you have going on. That's cool. But as a man, I feel like you shouldn't be able to see that as something that would shake you from your frame as the provider and protector. We even had a conversation the last time when you were asking, like, what if your woman, you're like, what if your woman makes a whole bunch of money than you? So, and for me, from my see, if my future wife makes a whole bunch of money, way higher than me, I'm happy for her. But that doesn't negate the fact that I should neglect my duties as a man, being the sole provider and protector.
That's true.
Assuming she makes a 5,000, okay, let me use the general currency, dollars, right? And I just make like 70,000, 100,000, cool. I am going to provide to the best of my abilities what 100,000 can do for the house. If she feels like pitching in, cool. But me as a man trying to say, oh, I'm going to, just leave all of the burden on her, then that's where the problem comes in. But honestly, I don't feel like men should be intimidated by the success of women or a successful woman, because we all love a hardworking, career-driven, lady. As long as she is still in a feminine state.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
Not to digress, but over the years, I have sat down with some of my friends, and then some of them have found themselves in a position or in a place where maybe the girlfriend finds a job and then is having money, and then now the guy maybe is equally trying to push and trying to get some money. Then because these two people are in a relationship, the lady wants to help. You know, you don't have food by the room. Let me get you some food. Let me get you some clothes. Let me get you some shoes. Then one of my friends actually said, you know, there's a certain uncomfortability that I have when she's doing that. Now, the question that I have is that wrong? Because in that way, because there's a success that is happening there, because she's working, okay? That's a success on its own. So is that wrong for someone to have that feeling, say, I equally want to, but maybe it's just not happening at the moment?
If I have to be honest, I feel like I don't want to use the word it's not wrong, but what I feel is in play at that very moment is our ego.
Okay.
As men. Because as men, we always want to be the head, the leader, the driver, which we should be, you know. But like I said, if it's not wrong, actually, you know, feeling that way. Because personally, if I was in that same situation, she wants to spoil me as a man. She wants to do a lot of things because she loves me, or you know, she's that type of a giver. But deep down, it wouldn't be all with me, In as much as, I'm trying my best to at least, you know, achieve to whatever I want in my life as well and be that sole provider. But at that moment, it's not going well for me. And she wants to be, you know, the backbone of me, which I would appreciate.
Okay.
Yeah, I would appreciate, but our ego kills us. That's the thing. Like, it's the ego in play there, because you don't want, at the end of the day, you guys having, you know, issues, arguments, and then she starts saying, I was doing this. Like,
okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of men wouldn't mind being with successful women. I feel like we all get to a certain point where we have had a taste of it, but as long as she doesn't disrespect you, she knows her place, she is being feminine, because one thing that comes with successful women is the masculine vibe. The aggressive part of it. And some people want to be in charge, but I'm here like, you know what, if you are being, you know, my lady, my woman, of course I'm your man, I'm your guy, you know, there has to be a certain amount of respect that comes with everything. So even if you're the head, I don't want to use the head because you might not be the head financially, but at least making the highest, you know, income financially when we're in a relationship, you can do whatever you want to do. But to me, I think respect is the most important thing.
Wow, that's great. I feel you've touched a vital aspect, which is ego. And for me, I think it's very important to understand the season in which you are as a person. There are certain seasons where you are the one that's helping people at that time, or let me not say people, because we're talking about relationships and all these things. So there's a season where it's you that is happening, if I can use that word. It's you that's having the financial muscle. And I have come to understand that on a general perspective, we want to be the people that are helping that much and not to be in the place of being helped. Because when you help, people be like, oh no, he helped me. But when you are helped to a certain extent, you'll be like, maybe they are feeling pity on me. But I think it's really important that you understand the season in which you are. Say, okay, at this particular time, I know I'm trying my best to work hard. I know I'm trying my best to find money. I know I'm trying my best to do all these other things, but these things are not just working, but I'll keep on pushing. So if my partner is the one that is having at this particular time, and then she wants to help, and not helping with the aspect of all these things that you put in now to be the head, but just helping because she loves you.
That's the thing,
Yes. So if she helps with that mindset, then I don't think that ego should be there, because you are trying to build one thing. You're trying to build one thing. So if people are building a house, you do not get frustrated because I put 5 bricks on top, and then you put 1, because we're trying to stay in the same place. But if we see life in the sense that she put more and I put 1, it becomes a problem. So I think our perspective on that should change.
I think that's the thing, because it's actually our perspective. So like generally, if I were asked a question, if I would, you know, just a shoot on sight question, are men intimidated by, successful or career-driven women, I would say no. We're not intimidated.
Yes.
We're just worried about the energy that comes with it, because we don't want to, go into this now, because probably we might have a proper discussion on the feminist or the feminism aspect, the do it all or meet movement or whatever it is. But if you find someone who's like that, and someone who's so much into it, it's the energy that comes with it that's the problem.
That's true.
So it's not bad for you to be in a situation at a given time, and then you probably find a partner who is well, afraid with her financial part or sector, but it's the perspective that she sees and the perspective that you see as well. If she sees the perspective of, oh, because I'm providing financially, I should be the head, then that's the problem.
That's the problem.
But if she knows, regardless of her providing that, it's at your situation at the given time, and you're still being the man, because that's the we can put the blame on whatever it is. But as men, you have to be the man. You have to set the principle, precedence, and everything. So once there is that initial respect, then you now lay the foundation for rules down in a particular given relationship. So even if she's doing that, like making a lot of money, or being successful, let me not even use the money, because you can be making the same amount of money or equivalent to some points, but in terms of career success, heights, and achievements, she's well there than you. So in terms of that, she needs to know that she needs to be the feminine girl or woman. You understand? And me, I need to know again how to be the man in the relationship, so as not to be scared or seemed intimidated.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think for me, the men that are intimidated, they don't just have an understanding of who a man is.
Exactly.
Yeah, intimidation mostly is a product of lack of understanding of who you are.
Yeah.
So if our definition mostly as a man just comes on the financial aspect, I know money is important, very, very important. But if our definition of who a man is just on that wise, then it becomes a problem. Yeah. But we should go back to the basics or the foundation of who is a man really. And we'll be able to understand that even when the woman provides, or even when the woman is having more, you're still that man. You can still exert your authority in a relationship or in a house setup. Not because you're putting more money, because it's possible that you can have so much money and you're providing on that wise, but as you're not being a leader. Yeah, because having so much money does not make you a leader. So that understanding should be there, because you can give someone so much money, but the leadership quality is something that should be understood. So I feel we should go back to the basics and understand who is a man, and then when we understand now who is a woman, and then each of them now should know their place. It's just a matter of knowing your place, because I have seen certain people that have women who are happening more. They are on their TV shows, they're on posters, and the man is just in the background. But every time that the woman goes on a podium, she says, I would not have been here if that man was not in the secret and doing all these things, encouraging me. But the man is not there. So what then have these men mastered in the secret, that they can just be seated there and just seeing their women doing things? So it's just as a product of understanding your place and your lane and what you have to do. I feel that way.
We've, tried to go into it a bit, but something you mentioned quite, previously, you're like being a man. What is a man? Who is a man? What does it take to be a man? Because a man,
that's a very good question. Who is a man? Who is a man? That's a good question. I feel that there are many ways to describe who a man is, and many people can give many definitions to who a man is. But a man is, for me, a man is the head. Okay, the man is the head, and The man is someone who is able to establish something and is able to allow now that we're talking about relationships, is able to allow the woman to be able to be in that environment and then now grow the thing that he established or the thing that he's establishing. So in simpler terms, the man is the head. And the body in itself, according to biology, can be able to help us to understand. Now, when we say the man is the head, it doesn't mean that we negate the vitality or the cardinality of women in the lives, or we're just saying that now women are just elbows. No. Women, you are special. Okay? Yes, you are very special. But when we look at the body, when we say the man is the head, it simply means that when we look at the head, this is where the brain is. This is where the pattern of thought starts from, and then now the body now begins to react and do all these things. So the man is the head in terms of making decisions, in terms of establishing certain things, and then because talking in terms of spirituality, we understand that Adam came first, right? Then now Eve was second. So Adam was responsible. Actually, if you look at scripture, God only talks to Adam. Eve wasn't there. So no, you shouldn't do this, you should do this, this is the garden, and then I'll replenish it. So it was the responsibility of the man or Adam to be able to teach the woman. So the man should be able to understand many dimensions about life and many aspects about life, because when the woman comes, he should be able to establish something so that him and the woman might be able to grow together.
That has been a vivid explanation about who is a man and how a man is supposed to do certain things. Because as men, we have a lot of responsibilities, and especially responsibilities that come with being a man. You're the head, true. Yes. You have to lead, true. So certain times, if you're not being a man, then that's where the issue comes in. Being, scared or being taken advantage of. Because me being as a man, let's take another perspective. Even before being into a relationship with this person, right? Let me say I see someone who's very successful at a bar in a place, Now I'm thinking, oh, she's quite successful, Or even before getting to know her, should I feel intimidated to pursue what I've seen? No. Because I am the man. I am going to be the head leader in whatever I'm trying to propose to you. In fact, it's more better as a man to guide her with her finances. It's more better to propose different ways for her to even multiply her finances and not be afraid of being intimidated by her success or whatever heights of financial, things she's achieved. So as a man, you have to be a man. You have to be this leader. So why should we even feel intimidated?
Yes.
Because it's what you set forth that she goes with. If you go in as being intimidated, then she's going to lead.
Yes, that's true.
But if you go in as the man, she's going to follow you. So that's most important, and that's more important about looking at yourself. And saying, I am the man, and I'm not fazed or intimidated by whatever she has to offer.
That's amazing. You've actually attacked the question that I wanted to ask. Say, peradventure, you see a woman that's very successful, and then as a man, would you approach her? But I like that you've already answered this question. And I think the power in life, be it a man or a woman, is understanding who you are. The more when you understand who you are, you know where you can fit. You know your lane, and you know where you have to walk, and you know what you have to exert before your time on earth is done. So I really feel our intimidation mostly is because we mostly look around what orbits around this person's success. You look at the car, you look at the house, you look at all these things. But people are not really defined only by the things that they own. There are people that have so much, but all that they want is someone who's a friend, someone who they can spend their time with. But now when we look at someone, you look at a woman, and the only things that are blinding you from approaching her is because she has a particular car, she has this and this thing. It becomes hard. It really becomes hard.
Oh, yes.
Did I just strike a chord?
Yeah, you struck a chord,
Yes. So I really feel we should see people for who they truly are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one day all these things can, it's just a car, it's a house. All these things can break down. But are you still going to be able to look at me as an individual, just as me?
Definitely.
And that's the problem, because many successful women have been followed because of what they have, and then have been maybe just used and money was taken from them.
Yes.
But if you can have the eyes to see beyond the car, beyond the money, and beyond the house, and all these things that are going around,
That's the thing.
I think you are a man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I feel like it has a lot to do with being a man, in the aspect of, as a man, you have to be assertive, decisive. There's a lot of components that come with being a man. Being a man doesn't only say, especially, okay, a high value man, doesn't mean you must be financially, exhumed or whatever the word is, yeah? But being a man entails a lot. It has to do with your attitude, your behavior.
Yes.
It has to do with your character. Are you honest? Are you someone who's your integrity and everything? That's what being a man is. So I feel like if you have those not constructive enough, then you really have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I missing? Understand? Because, yeah, it goes way beyond the finance. If you look at, a woman, God has made them beautiful.
Yes.
God has given them intrinsic value. They're born with value. So if you look at her and you are being intimidated by her success, then there's something wrong with you.
Yes.
You have to look deep within yourself. What are you insecure about, or what are you missing as a man? So the string that was triggered, there was a discussion I'm having, and someone was like, she's out of my league. I'm like, what do you mean she's out of your league?
UEFA Champions League.
Like, what do you mean she's out of your league? So I sat and thought to myself that as men, we randomly, as people generally, humans, we tend to judge people based on materialistic things. We tend to judge people's, positions on what they have. And so that's trying to propel this, putting them on a pedestal, which is bad. Because if you put someone on a pedestal, whether it's a colleague, even your fellow man, and you say, okay, he's out of my league or she's out of my league, I feel like there's a problem with you there. Because, yes, we're all different in society's eyes. We all have different societal standards that we're being categorized into. But if you see a lady and you say she's out of your league, I don't think that makes sense.
Okay.
Of course, you won't be with everyone. Not everyone you approach you should be with, yeah? But be a man and make your move. I was like, make that move. Go meet her, be a man. Meet her as any ordinary person you might meet.
That's true.
But don't start putting her on a pedestal, because that's where it starts. That's where you start getting intimidated. Oh, she makes bucks, she's this, she's high, blah, nah. So I was like, no, just make your move. What do you mean by she's out of your league?
Out of your league.
So as men, we have to put ourselves in this situation where we have to be well secured within ourselves and say, you know what, I am a man. Regardless of how many materialistic things she has or how she provides for herself, cool. As long as I myself, I am, perfectly, like personally, I can provide for myself. I'm in a very good space, a very good place. I'm self-sufficient to an extent. Of course, everyone wants to do more.
Yes.
Why should I be intimidated by someone?
That's true. That's true. I really feel the out of your league as well is really as a product of not understanding yourself. Just know your spec. Just know the specifications of the person that you would want to be with. If this person doesn't fit your spec, of course you said something to say, we can't be with each and every person.
You're not a man.
So we just need to understand my spec is this, and the person that I would want to be with is this and that. But when you use words like she's out of my league with the mindset that maybe of a higher, because most times when people say out of my league, just like you said, it's attached to materialistic, and sometimes it's also attached to beauty. Yeah, so sometimes there are certain people that say, so if, for example, a very beautiful
lady like Beyonce,
approached you and then now tells you to say, no, me, Jael, I love you, let us start this thing. The first thing that is going to attack your mind is that ladies and gentlemen, this is Beyonce. You see that?
Yeah.
This person. So even before you get to know the person's character and all these things, there's already something that is already fighting your mindset. But I feel our being with people should be able to, me being with someone should be, the greatest core should be beyond the beauty, beyond the curtain of beauty. I should be able to see who you truly are. I want to see your character. I want to see your attitude. I want to see the friendship in you. I want to see the love. But if the only things that because everyone can see your beauty, but not everyone can see your kindness. That's something that we need to understand. Anyone can see that, oh, this girl is beautiful, this girl is beautiful, but not everyone can see your kindness, not everyone can see your humility. But if you have the eyes to see beyond the curtains of beauty, I'm telling you, this is jackpot.
Gosh, wonderful.
Yeah.
There are a few strings that have been triggered right now. So I'm like, yes, when it comes to this beauty, getting to know someone, getting to know people, sometimes you ask yourselves, I don't know, people do. Like, what is, okay, for me sometimes, once the conversation goes deep, sometimes you are like, what's your ideal guy? Or what's your ideal woman? So, having such conversations, you would have some of the chick would say, oh, I need a 6 feet tall guy, some LeBron James.
You need Goliath.
Yeah, Goliath and everything. Cool. So, when the question is being reciprocated, or whatever, 6 figures or whatever it is, yeah, that's cool. I don't have any issues with that, no. It's been reciprocated, and, sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, you know what? But okay, sometimes I sit and think, like, all these physical beauties we're attributing our interest to, yes, it's cool. Yes, it's nice. But deep down, do you really want someone who's beautiful or someone you can connect with? Do you want someone whose mind is more open to understanding you, whose character is more in line with your values? Or do you want someone who's just, she's so beautiful? So yes, I don't know if it comes with maturity, because personally, this is my experience. Personally, I've come to a point where beauty is less of a standard for me. I'm more into your mind, your mindset. I'm more into how you think, how you view the world, your values and everything, intellectuals. I'm more into how I can connect with you, this time we spend. It's I don't know if that's how I say. I'm more like my I don't want to use the requirements, but yeah, we all have requirements for women, yeah? Yes. Or our partners, that were mine. But my requirements has changed throughout the past years to someone I can connect to, rather than someone outstandingly beautiful. Yes. Because you can be beautiful physically, but is your soul beautiful? Is your attitude beautiful? Are your character so adorable? Like, that's the thing for me. So yes, I have my own speck of beauty I would like as a man, but I feel like if I was to go into for someone now, I would go in for more feminine, someone who's respectful, character is up there, value based, someone I can connect with, soul, mind, and body.
Wow, that's really, really amazing. And I really feel beauty is one of the things that attracts us. But what makes us stay is not the beauty.
Exactly. I think you've just
What attracts us really is the beauty of an individual, because it's what calls this person. Then, because many times we don't get to know people I can't just see. Okay, it's possible at times you can see someone or just have a mini conversation and understand them. But most times when we look at this woman, first okay, her beauty draws you, then her character and all these things make you stay. And when you were making mention of this, I actually realized that, do we understand that beauty begins to fade? But when someone's character is established and is a foundational thing, it's just there. If they are friendly, they are friendly. If they are kind, they are kind. But the beauty can fade. That's why we still need to understand that if I propose to someone today, they are beautiful. And as we go, their skin is as pure as it can be. But as we go on in time, their skin now begins to be wrinkled and all those things. So at the end of the day, what is now making me to stay is not that, because now babies are being born every day. There are ladies that are more beautiful and all those things. Yeah. But what is really making me to stay is your character, your attitude. I know we've digressed when it comes to success and all that,
yeah.
but we're still talking about being intimidated by someone's beauty
Exactly,
and what is making you stay. So I really feel it's important that you look at the aspects that that really makes someone to be who they really are. Yeah, and makeup doesn't make someone to be who they really are. So their character does, their attitude does, and all these things.
Exactly. Like we're saying, actually, we're not saying beauty is not important, whether it's in a man or a woman.
It is
very important.
Yes.
It is. The attractiveness is important. But what we're saying is, what's beyond that? What's beyond that cute face, that handsome guy? What's beyond this beautiful, adorable shoddy? You understand? Like, can you have a conversation with them? Can you connect with them? That's what we're trying to say, because that's what's going to make you have this, like the last time we're having the chemistry versus compatibility. That's where you're not gonna be compatible with someone through beauty. No, it's through getting to know them, the attitude, the character. Are they kind? Are this, understanding yourselves. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Then personally, I don't know, but I'm trying to say, yes, beauty is important, but have you ever experienced, you guys are in the same community, whether it's work, whether it's church, it's school, wherever, even in the same environment, and you didn't notice her until you had a conversation with her, and that's when you started seeing her beauty.
Yes. It's something that has happened to me, and I believe to other people as well.
Yeah.
There are certain people that you just see afar off.
Yeah.
And then now the moment that you now have a sit down with them, and then you're like, oh, so this person thinks in this way. This person can see the world in this way. And then now that's the platform that you have that brings the attraction.
Yeah. You get attracted to their demeanor, That's what I see as beauty, because I don't like, there are certain people, it's like I haven't noticed. They exist, I see them, but I don't notice them until I have a certain conversation, until I sit down with them, until I bond with them, until, like, she's beautiful in so many ways. Then I'm like, okay. So, having that, I'm like, my mind, even, it's getting to some point where I'm trying to just know that, okay, you know what, there are so many standards by which we define beauty as, but it goes beyond the physical. Yeah. And that's, when you get to a point where you think that, then I think you're making progress possible.
That's true. That's true. Because, beauty can be something that really intimidates you into approaching someone that is good for you, because you got blinded by all these other things. But I really think as men, these are things that should not be intimidated. If you find someone and you like them, go for it. Go for it.
Shoot that shot. Shoot that shot. All right. So,
I think one of the things that I would just like to add on when it comes to whether men are intimidated by the success of a woman. These things are things that are happening, just like I said when we started, but it ought not to be that way. And intimidation is as a product of a bankruptcy in knowledge of who you truly are. So understand who you truly are, and when you understand who you truly are, you know what you have to go for, and you know your capacity, you know your lane, and you know what you have to exert. And when your woman is doing well, hug her, tell her to say, I'm proud of you, and let's keep on pushing, because you love her and you want her to be at the top. Yeah.
To, move on with that, when your woman is doing great, it's so much of a plus for you. You have to embrace it. You have to be happy for her, because one of the most important things in a relationship is growth.
Yes.
So whether or not she is financially successful before or after a relationship, help her to achieve a great height. More. If she's richer than you, help her to get more richer. Whilst again, you're working on yourself. But men should be men. You shouldn't be intimidated by anyone, a fellow man or a woman. No. You should be a man and be strong enough to know yourself. And study yourself, have a great vast knowledge about yourself and your values and where you lie and how you judge certain things. So that's all for today.
Yes.
Remember, never be intimidated.
Never be intimidated.
Never be intimidated. So feel free to send in your comments, like, subscribe. If you have more questions, you'd like the Ask Men, segment, we're already here. We're here to have a lot of discussions from the manosphere and from the manly perspective, from how we see and view things. So thank you very much, Papa Temba, for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Me.
Yes, sir. Even though the weather is a bit,
it's raining out here.
It's raining cats and pigeons. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Till next time, peace.
Set up, made up, bang.